Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New coming at you this Thursday morning. First and foremost, as always, just want to send out positive vibrations, positive blessings to everybody who may be listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful life for that matter. But as we all know, today is the day of reckoning. Today is the moment of truth. For the Lakers organization, for Rob Pelinka, for the decisions he's made to put together for this roster, for LeBron James to look himself in the mirror and say, I have to get to the basket no matter what zone, no matter what defense they play against me, no matter if I'm doubled, no matter what, I'm going to go to the foul line. I know Phoenix Suns came out with a great defensive scheme last game, and when they implemented the zone and dared the rest of the Lakers players to beat them, it was a hell of a idea because they knew that they weren't capable. I don't know if they will implement that same scheme tonight, only because role players usually play a little bit better at home than they do on the road in a toxic environment. So with that being said, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure, of course, Frank Vogel is going to start drumming yet again. That paint is going to be packed, but let's just hope maybe he can get some easy baskets down in the inside, and the Lakers can get something going early before they start making their rotations. But it's going to be very key for Dennis Schroeder to step up tonight, especially with Anthony Davis more than likely not playing. Dennis is going, in order for the Lakers to win, I'm telling you right now, Dennis got to get you between 18 to 24 points. I'm telling you right now, because where else are the points going to come from without Anthony Davis? So KCP, he gave it a go the other night. He was still injured and he was hobbling around on the sideline. So not sure what his status is, and if he does play, how effective he is going to be. Kyle Kuzma needs you just to stop running down the court, jacking up threes. You damn near 7 feet tall and you got the ability to get to the basket. Take your ass to the line tonight, Kyle Kuzma. Play with some pride. Go to the line, get to the paint, because you are a more than capable free throw shooter. So I don't give a damn if you have to draw the contact yourself. Make the referees have to make a decision. Stop settling for threes. Then maybe once you get yourself going at the free throw line, that's when you see the ball start to go through the hoop a few times. Then you feel better about the three. But stop just coming out here jacking them up, especially on the fast break when you coming down. And I know you just got to turn over and you excited. Just don't come up there and pull up from three like that with no rebounders down there. It's just a wasted possession. And in the playoffs, you don't really have time for wasted possessions. You have to strike every time. You need to score every time that you can. And last game, the Lakers had way too many turnovers. Phoenix did a great job of taking care of the basketball, and the Lakers did a poor job at defense and forcing turnovers, because I want to say the last game, the Lakers had 20-some turnovers that actually led to, because the rebounding was even last game, and Phoenix, I want to say, had an extra 15 shots. They had like an extra 15 shots as far as opportunities to score. So when you have 15 more opportunities to score, 15 more field goal attempts than the other team, more than likely you're going to win that game. And it wasn't because extra possessions due to rebound and the offensive glass. It was because of turnovers. And when you have turnovers like that, it leads to easier points for the other team. So they had over 20-some points off Lakers turnovers, and that's about damn near what the deficit was. And then they did not turn the ball over. They only had 4 turnovers for the game. So no, Chris Paul kind of dinged that shoulder up again. We'll see how effective he is. I think the Lakers need to play full court defense on him throughout the game, make him have to work hard throughout the game in order to get his. Just play a lot of defense on Chris Paul, forcing him to give up the ball. And, as far as the others, we'll see how good Mikal Bridges and Crowder and all their shots go down on the road tonight. Of course, I'm sure Monty Williams is telling those guys they need to come in here and take care of business and end it and don't push it to a game 7. But at the end of the day, I just have too much faith tonight in LeBron James. And I know I said this before, the blowout, and nobody was expecting that. But I cannot see the Lakers showing up and doing the same thing tonight as they did last night now, as they did a couple of nights ago. Now, this time, their back is really against the wall. So we'll see how they perform. I know one thing, LeBron James, how he's always played in elimination games, but that's one thing that I think LeBron needs to do tonight is to put the team on his back and force the issue. And then when he's forcing the issue, then that's going to motivate his teammates to do the same and force the issue, and then maybe they can start getting to the bucket and getting some easy baskets. But once again, I do think Marc Gasol will be key to spread the floor out so LeBron James can have that space to operate and get to the paint, because that's going to bring their rim protector Aiden out of the paint. And I can't say that enough. I just think that is something that is very important, because the way Phoenix packed that paint, whether they played the zone and built that wall for LeBron James to go through to get to the basket, or whether you got Drummond and Aiden down in there packing the paint and making it hard for LeBron to get to the basket, which the Phoenix defenders are playing LeBron pretty well. Crowder's doing good. Mikal is doing well when he's switched off and he's been on LeBron. So at the end of the day, I just see this series going to 7 games. A lot of it is going to depend on the health of Chris Paul. LeBron James, he's been looking good, but not quite as explosive as you think. Even when he beat somebody off the dribble the other day, I think he beat Crowder off the dribble in the last game and spent around him and got to the hole, and he just kind of laid it in when, the old LeBron James would have dunked that basketball with emphasis to get his point across. So not saying that it's just his ankle, but, a little bit of age starting to catch up with him as well. And a lot of people, it is a testament to his greatness, because a lot of people don't realize, LeBron is 36. Most great athletes, around 33 or 34, that's when they decline. You got to look at Shaq when he went downhill. Although he wasn't taking care of himself as well as LeBron, you got to think when Kobe started having this injuries and went downhill at the age of 33 and 34, Reggie Miller, a lot of these players, the great players that start to go down when they get up in age. So LeBron is just that type of player where you expect him just to be great for so long. And I still think that he can, and he is one of the best players in the NBA. Just currently at this present moment, Luka Doncic, which we'll get to that in a moment, is playing probably the best in the playoffs, better than anyone. And of course, Kevin Durant is scoring at will, and they're a lot younger than LeBron James. So if this was 10 years ago, LeBron James, then yes, indeed. And I'm not trying to take anything away from LeBron James. It's just he's a little bit longer in the tooth, and that just comes with age. But at the end of the day, LeBron is still one of the top 3 or 4 players in the league when he's 100%. And all he needs is a Scottie Pippen. All he needs is a sidekick. And that's what he searched for so long. And every time he had a sidekick, you saw the success when he had D Wade as a sidekick, when he had Kyrie as a sidekick, when he had a fully healthy Anthony Davis as a sidekick. And the full season they played together, it ended in the championship. So, it's unfortunate that Anthony Davis got hurt. I wish he would listen to me. Somebody can get a message to him to try the black seed oil, because I'm telling you that oil works wonders in inflammation, and it goes straight into your muscles. And it is an amazing thing of what it does. I've had knee injuries and groins and pulls and things of that nature, whether it be my shoulder, my knee, and I use it. And I tell you what, you can drink it too. You can have a teaspoon of it. It just automatically attacks any sort of inflammation in your body. And it's almost like a miracle drug. But I'm pretty sure they have him on Western medicine, giving him hot and cold treatments and shocks or whatever, versus trying to actually treat the actual inflammation and get to the key root of it, of something that can cure inflammation, which is cumin. But anyway, I don't want to get into all that. That's something that's totally different. I might start me a little health channel one day, just so I can kick some little knowledge on how to stay healthy and how to be young. Because a lot of people every day tell me, yeah, you don't even look like a granddaddy. Which, I'm getting on up there in years myself. But anyway, not trying to get off subject. So with all that being said, we know what the Lakers need to do this evening. We know what Frank Vogel needs to do as far as rotations, but I'm so glad that others are starting to chime in on the atrocious coaching and rotations that he's been using. I heard Stack 5 really get onto him the other day as far as his rotations. It's been terrible. Snoop got on him the other day in his Instagram post talking about how terrible the rotations were and all these things. So at the end of the day, maybe J Kidd can whisper something in his ear and just let him know, listen, this is what we need to do. Because if you go, they said they had a pretty good film session the other day. So hopefully they watched prior games and how they were successful against Phoenix. And right now Phoenix is playing with a lot of confidence. So the Lakers need to come out and take that confidence away from them. And then you put the pressure on a young team in a game 7 because they haven't been there before. And now that you put the pressure on them, how are they going to perform? Even though they are at home, what is it going to do for them? So we should see how that goes. But, there were 4 other games that took place yesterday around the association, and we knew was going to be the outcome of the Knicks and the Hawks series. Didn't waste too much time on that, but there was some very easy money to collect if you bet the Hawks for the series, and then of course easy money if you bet the 76ers for the series against the Wizards, although you had to bet a lot more to win just a little. But at the end of the day, it was a cinch. There was a cinch. And of course, the best game that was on yesterday, and I know I kind of skipped over the Grizzlies game because I'm a little disappointed about the effort they put in on the road. But being down 3-1 sometimes, a lot of people already got Cancun on their mind. And hell, I don't know what it's like to have millions of dollars myself and be young, so I ain't gonna say I would pack it in. But at the end of the day, it's hard to come back from 3-1. Not many teams have done that, but it has been done. But it was just not to be for the Memphis Grizzlies. But I am proud of the season that they had. Now, with all that being said, it was another team in LA that played yesterday that also went down 3-2, similar to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I know Snoop said in his Instagram post that the Clippers were better than the Lakers. I don't know. They're playing a lesser opponent, I feel, than the Clippers. I feel like the Clippers are a better team than Dallas. But I feel like Luka Doncic is just coming into his own, and that young boy is the truth. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Like, you have to respect his game and what it is that he's doing, because he scored or assisted on just about every basket they had yesterday. And I mean, they really came to play. I actually thought after they dropped the 2 at home that it was over with and the Clippers were actually going to win the next 4. I remember a series against San Antonio in OKC years ago when OKC really started coming into their own, and Durant and Westbrook, and they went down to Tim Duncan and company 2-0 and came back and won the next 4 and showed who they were because they had heart. So I kind of thought that's what the Clippers were going to do. And the Dallas almost gave that game away at the end. They were up by 10, but I want to say like 2 minutes left, and then they just played some horrible transition defense. Went for a ball fake for Paul George. Passed, he didn't even pass. He hit the 3, cut it to 7, and came back again, cut it to 4. Just poor defense by Dallas. So if they want to continue to advance, they're going to have to shore up some things on the defensive end when it comes to things like that. But at the end of the day, the Clippers still had a chance to tie it up. And, man, I don't know why, but I wish I could have took a screenshot of that look. And I don't know if anybody else DVR'd. I thought I DVR'd this, but I didn't. But if you can go back and look at the Kawhi shot that air ball from the corner and missed, the look on Rondo's face as Kawhi was walking over there to him, it told it all, because Rondo looking like, bruh, we still had time on the clock. What are you doing? And the thing about it is, the possession before that, I think, they maybe should have called a timeout when they were down by 3, and they went down there and ended up missing a shot, and Batum went back up for the putback and missed the shot. So at the end of the day, the Clippers, they have a chance tomorrow night on Saturday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They have a chance tomorrow night to force a game 7. I don't know if they will be able to do that or not, but it's very interesting to see that both of the LA teams will both be trying to force a game 7. So we'll see how that works out. I apologize, y'all. My phone blowing up early this morning, so I'm not trying to get thrown off track here. But at the end of the day, like I said, the Clippers and the Lakers are both on the brink of elimination. We shall see. I mean, I don't think it's just over for the Clippers yet either. I think they have the right ingredients to do what they need to do. But, I think, Ty Lue, I don't want to get on him too bad. He's been coaching decent in this series, but I think it's a few adjustments that he can make as well, as far as his rotations is concerned too. So, I still would like to see the Battle of LA in the Western Conference Finals, like a lot of other people, to see LeBron against Kawhi and see AD get back healthy, just so they could play in the Western Conference Finals. I think would be a wonderful thing. But to be honest, the way Utah playing, I'm telling you, Utah is lighting it up. Now, Mike Conley did strain his hamstring, which is unfortunate, and that's a blow to them. For the next round, whether they play the Clippers or whether they play Dallas, that's a blessing for Dallas or the Clippers, because Mike Conley been playing excellent. I mean, the other night he hit like 7 threes in the game. So I still think Utah is capable of beating both teams, but without Mike Conley, you might want to get a slight edge to Clippers. I still think they could beat Dallas, though. I think they built to beat Dallas, but I think the Clippers, if they lock in on defense the way that they're capable of, I think that the Clippers can come away with that series, because I do want to see something that would be very, very unique if the Lakers were to play the Clippers in the Western Conference Final. It'll be the first time you have 2 sets of identical twins playing against each other in a game. That would be crazy. 2 sets, not 1 set of twins, because of course you have Markieff and Marcus Morris playing against one another, and then of course you would have Dennis Schroeder against Reggie Jackson playing against one another. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that one, man. I couldn't resist that one. But no, they not twins. That was kind of wrong. I mean, that was kind of wrong. But anyway, we shall see what will happen tonight. May chime in before the game. We just got to get everybody hyped up, man. I mean, y'all might not believe this, but the universe and vibrations and positivity is real. So if you believe it, you can achieve it. Create it right now and go ahead and claim it of what's going to go down tonight. And we all know that the Lakers is going to win this game. And if you want to make some money, take the Lakers plus the points, because I'm not sure. I got to check the money line. I would say take the Lakers in the straight up, but if they giving you points, take the safe route and get the points. But that might mean that you're not confident. But sometimes in these type games, I stay away from, because you kind of emotionally attached to the game, so you don't want to really bet on it. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the Lakers can pull this out, especially the way Chris Paul was hobbling around like that and hurt. I mean, you say it's just a stinger and it kind of hurt and he re-aggravated, but at the end of the day, if that sore from a slight box out, I ain't saying, they need to go Detroit Pistons bad boy on them or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if he go to the hole, if he get past you trying to go to the hole, you know what I'm saying? Just swipe for that ball. I'm not saying hurt the man, but I come from an age where we used to call it touching you up. You understand me? It's called a touch-up. So, you might get touched up real quick. I'm not saying go out and injure the man. For all you crazy people start coming into the comments saying that that's what I'm advocating, that's not what I'm saying. It's just a joke. People calm down and relax, man. But, peace and much love to everybody that I'm down with, everybody that I clown with. So, at the end of the day, as we always say about this time, right on to the real. Much love to y'all haters. Good luck to the Lakers, and bad luck to your traitors, fakers, dodgers, and imitators. I'm out.